right, we made it, episode 7 of the May Online Poker Series. We're back to Sunday, and it's gonna be a long one today. I gotta bring my A game. I actually got a pretty good sleep last night, which was really nice. You know, the amount of hours was kind of the same, but it was just one of those things where I woke up in the right part of a cycle or something. I just feel good today. I don't feel tired, so that's pretty sweet. I haven't even had my coffee yet. So yeah, let's get into the session. It's gonna be a long one today. Any tournament can save the month. Almost not quite every tournament I played today, but a lot of the tournaments that I'm playing today, you know, first place could be 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50K up top or more if it's a 2-day tournament or whatever. So it's important to stay in the mix all day long, even if you have 5 tables left. That's enough tables to save the month, to save the day. You know, that's kind of the idea that I'm gonna try to have in my head throughout today, and let's have a good sesh. Sunny grind. Okay, today I'm a bit behind schedule. What's new? So we're just gonna do the raise first in quiz. We're gonna keep it simple today, just for good mojo and good vibes. Sunday, raise first in quiz. Let's do it. Ace 6, 2 week. We're gonna play probably ace 9 here. Ace 9 and a little bit of ace 8. King 10 suited. Any suited Broadway, suited 9s. Yep. Queen 10 suited for sure. Queen 10 suited for sure. King 7 offsuit, yes. But down to what? I'm gonna say King 5 offsuit maybe mixes some. I'm gonna say King 5 mixes and then King 6 and better. King 5 folds, King 6 starts to mix a bit. Okay, so King 5 is just a straight fold. Queen 9. 9, 9. King deuce. No. King 5. I think raise fold is fine here. It's got to be close to the bottom. No. King 3. Okay. I might have folded King 3 with this 15 blinds. Ace deuce. Ooh. This one's like a little awkward as a limp call. I think it's still call though. Yeah, you're just calling the bottom ones, raising a bit of ace 5, raising the better suited stuff. Okay. If you really want to get even better training out of doing these quizzes, definitely do what I was doing during that quiz and ask yourself what you think the line is. Because everyone knows, like, sometimes during the quiz you'll see like ace ace, right? And everyone knows you raising aces, but maybe ask yourself, okay, what's the worst pair I'm opening? And then go check the range. Or ask yourself, you know, what's the worst ace I'm playing in this position? That's like a much better way to kind of quiz your own skills while you're doing the quiz. So, good thing to do. Just to recap on the first week, we had losing, and finally winning to cap off. We are back to Sunday with the big buy-ins coming up. All right, it doesn't look good, but breakfast is meal, Greek yogurt, and blueberries. I think on the turn here we can play call or shove against the button, but can't imagine actually getting folds is so bad here on this board, so let's go. All right, gonna take a look at that one later. Hey, yo! Quad kings in the 109 in position. All right. Come on, baby. Make the clip a good one. Click the call button. It's gonna be tough. Getting paid with quads early in the day. That's what we like to see. Okay, I've been playing for 2 hours. We're gonna start the stream up here on Twitch. Let's go. We got this big stack right after the quads. Nice check raise spot. Turn, keep betting, try to get him to fold or see if we can get there. Boom, shove for the bounty. Oh. Just gonna jam the PKO. You know, it's kind of crazy to win 120 big blinds with quads and then be out of the same tournament within 15 minutes. That's crazy. Ooh, snap call. Ace king, big flip. Nice. All right, early buy-ins and cashes, 28.97, and no cashes on the board yet, but nothing expected. First in the money table of the session at 22 kickoff. 10s against kings. Queen jack king 7. Wow, nice hold. That was really good. All right, this is a big sweat for a big stack. Guys, sometimes we get lucky on this channel. Let's go. 5s against jacks. Nice suck out. We're calling here for a quadruple bounty in the 500. Stack's still okay if we lose. Oh, we're so freaking live. We are a lot less live. That's an ace. I beat 10-9, I beat king 3, I lose to ace 7 though. I don't know if I win anything. I don't know who covered who here. Oh nice, yeah, I did win one of those. Let's go. Okay, first couple of cashes in a while. The 250 monster stack, only have 10 bigs. And the 109 kickoff also have a short stack. So we're gonna need to spin both of those. All right, final 6.5 bigs. It's a flip against ace of deuce. Nice. And we're calling off here. Good luck. Against the king 10. Ace, jack, or red to stay alive in a nice one. Raise call here. King queen against the big stack. That was a pretty sick one. 530 million multi-way with a flush. Don't think this player's gonna have the nut flush much. This player could have it once in a while, but we're all in for value, of course. Hopefully this isn't a Hollywood with the, yeah, okay. All right, everyone makes good folds. Oh, man, I gotta be honest, that last hour I did not do a particularly good job of staying even keel. Like that was a rough hour. We lost our deep runs, lost the 500, you know, a bunch of all-ins, losing flips or whatever. But it's on me, man. I even said at the beginning of the session, like, we're gonna play for like 11 hours. If you ride every single swing, you're cooked. And I knew that, and I said that, and I gotta be better at implementing it. So for the next couple hours, that's my goal. Just try not to ride the swings as heavy. And we still have so many good tournaments and stacks. So that's the update 4 hours in. Obviously the table chip leader here is gonna ISO this pretty wide. 10s, queen jack, ace 9. my outs are kind of blocked. Beating tens. Don't give me a queen. All right, I think I win some chips there. Yeah, nice. Okay, not my favorite start to the 530 main on Party Poker. Normally I would fold ace jack offsuit here, but when the sizing is this small, this deep, I can do some calling. Call with the ace of clubs, top pair. Turn 2 pair. Gotta continue one more at least. That was a bad turn. All right, next hand after the jacks. All right, in the money table here, king, queen of spades, not folding. Six hours into the session, as predicted, close to the 7,000 of buy-ins, 6,400 of buy-ins at the moment. Do have one in the money table. It's $88. Still 230 players, but a decent stack. And we still have a couple of 500s on the screen, a 300, a 200, so tons of equity out here. We're just gonna have to see how the next couple hours play out. Okay, 530 million all in. Button's got the ace 10, big sweat. Nice. As opposed to like going on all in and folding or going on all in and calling. Ace king, ace queen for a lot of chips here in the 200, 250. I think it's a good spot. Yep. Wow, what a grindy effort. What a grindy effort today, man. I'd say our most exciting stack is this 530 million stack. We're 55 out of 750 players right now. We're in the money of the 50K on Party Poker. We are down to the final 94 in this crazy eights. We do have some ground to make up though. 7,200 in buy, 1269 in cash. That's a pretty big spread. It's a big spread, but we got some spots. Calling this off here, final 58. The ladder at 57, so hopefully we win. Hopefully we win. Boom, survival. I'm gonna go for a check raise with enough flush draw here in the million. Nice. Here it is, the big flip against ace king. They do block each other. This is worth a lot. No ace, no king. There it is. Oh my goodness. We have a lot more potential at this point in the session than we did last week, that's for sure. A couple of deep runs, not in the biggest buy-ins, but I mean, they have a decent amount of money up top, could definitely save the day. And still alive in some of the 500s, which the high stakes have been giving us nothing thus far. So I'm more hopeful right now. It's gonna be interesting to see how some of these in the money stacks develop. I mean, if they all fizzled out right now, we're still gonna have a pretty big losing day, but if any of them develop in a nice way, could be the Sunday we were looking for. Bubble of the 320, soft bubble. There's a nice 150 bounty here and some key chips. It's big against king, queen. Bummer, man. That was, yeah, it was worth a lot. Final chips in the carnival. Get called. Flip against sixes. Oof, not looking good. Calling here too. That's a big flip. GG. GG in a different way. A 667 in the 88. Close call. Couldn't quite get past the small blind there, but not a bad run. A little bit of bison, broccoli, rice. A little bit of final table action in the 320. Running deep in the 55. Let's go. 530 cooldown reshove spot here with the 10s. Nice. Gonna 3-bet Jamie. It's not just because it's Jamie. It's the combo I like to use as a bluff. Gets through. All right, we just started this final table and it's already down to 3. 1,300 locked up, 100 in bounties. These guys just knocked everyone out, so 3 out of 3, decent cash, not much bounties. See if we can win this thing. Made the money in the million. Kind of a weird spot here. I think since they go min, we want to play some calls. I'm gonna put aces in there. $97%, that's what I was looking for. Brother Jamie taking a bad beat with the queen jack. The guy rivers the 2 pair. So just like that, I'm heads up. I didn't do almost anything at this FT. All right, 20 blinds, ace queen. Full double up, let's go, we're in the mix. Next hand, this guy's doing the most. 2 pair. 2 pairs gotta be good. We lose to 10-8, we lose to like pocket deuces. It's not the nuts, but we gotta feel pretty good about it. Here we go, top 2 again. Oh, he has deuces, that's crazy. That's crazy, what a cooler. What a cooler. GG guys. 530, freeze out bounty. Players all in for 1 big blind. We're late position with a monster. So there's 187 in bounties, 250 in bounties, 40 away from the money. This could be a big sweat for the Sunday. This is a really big sweat for the Sunday. It's ace 9. We lose that one, but we win that one. 250 bucks and 50 big blinds. Well, it doesn't stop. Now we have an ace king spot still with this short stack here, and there's a $400 bounty. $400 bounty. We have ace king in this spot. My God, this is crazy. So sick. Oh. And now they've gone all in against me. Easy call with the 8s, but a big, big sweat. No freaking way. 2 hands and I'm out instead of chip leader. Man, those dumb little flips can't be overstated. Like deep on a Sunday like that, 2 flips for basically the chip lead in a 500 on a Sunday. It's just, you know, we're getting some runs and we're getting some cashes today, but like that's, you know, those are the pots where I could actually make some, I could do some damage to this profit loss. Instead, we're walking away with moderate cash, but anyway, not much else to say about it. We carry on. It's king 9. All right, Sunday Million developments. We are in the money here. We raise, big blind calls. Flop is ace king 9. Here I like to do some betting and checking. And the betting is gonna be strong hands like ace X, and then some weak hands like bluffs. This one is kind of more of a bluff here. I'm going after a 9, a weak king. I'm trying to fold out queen highs and jack highs, fold out some gutters maybe. So I put this into the larger sizing. They call. Turns the king. Now, the thing about betting big on the flop is a lot of my king X doesn't want to bet big on the flop because I'm just putting in a lot of money against an ace and they're folding a lot of their 9x, or they might fold some 9x, or they might fold weak pairs anyway. So this is a good card for them because they're probably going to stick around with a lot of king x, whereas I'm not going to bet king x. So I check it back. The river is the 3, and they go for the block. And so I'm still going to have a lot of top pair in my range, but since it's so small, I think we can get away with maybe looking at some other hands to potentially call in case they do have like a queen jack, a queen 10 that called the flop with a diamond, or a hand like 5-6 of diamonds, or like a jack 10 of hearts, jack 10 of hearts, jack 8 of hearts if they're kind of floaty. Definitely the broadways with the hearts. So make the call. The good thing about sixes is that it doesn't have a diamond, it doesn't have a queen, doesn't have a jack, doesn't have a 10, doesn't really block any of the hands that might call the flop light and then bluff. So decided to put this one in there, and luckily this time it was a bluff. It's an interesting board. I mean, tempted to just run it. Quick call, turn, check, check. That's some really bad runouts. I mean, problem is they are kind of like bluffing a lot, right? We have both queens. I think we just call. What is the ace? It does strike me as a weird way to play king jack. Like, I don't think we're gonna see king jack here. I think king jack's just gonna keep calling in position almost always. So ace shouldn't be much of an issue. Maybe pocket aces, if anything. But honestly, if they have pocket aces, I can just sign off for the month. $10-7. Let's go. What a queen 10-7. I mean, that is perfect, man. That is just perfect. I just played this nice pot in the 162 opener, trying to make day 2 for tomorrow. Went for the squeeze pre-flop. All these ranges should be pretty loose. Big stack on the button. This player has 5 big blinds. Yeah, I don't think anybody's very tight. So I'm just trying to fold out some offsuit combos. Maybe just go heads up with the short stack. Get a call, and the short stack calls. Ace 7-9. The problem with Ace 7-9 is that when we have diamonds, they're gonna have all like the king queen of hearts that's gonna stick around, all the jack 10s, king jack suited, all the top pairs. You know, pocket 7s might still get in there. If we bet, they're gonna still call like some pocket 8s, 6s. It's really awkward to play the turn. So I almost like just checking and kind of seeing what goes down. They go for a bet, we call. Turn 2 pair, they shove. And they had 10-9 suited. So kind of like a combo hand, like it had good equity, but you know, if I ever had an ace, it was kind of like bluffing or value owning itself. It just got a bit of a weird one. Anyway, we win a double bounty. Got a big stack now. All right, some weird hands down the stretch to finish the day with not quite as many chips as I'd like. I went for a 3-bet, bluff to flop small. We're just going after some auto folds, some small pairs with no club, maybe some of the broadways with no club. Just start small here, go from there. Turn, same thing, just going after king jack with a king jack of hearts if they called once. Maybe like a sticky 6-7 suited. Maybe they did call once with a pocket pair. Again, we're not investing a lot because they can just have flushes and ace X and whatever. They can have a boat. We don't really want to put in a ton of chips here when we're bluffing. But they keep calling and I give up. And they got to the river with 7-7 on ace 10-6. I gave them a very good price on the flop and turn and pre-flop, so pretty reasonable. We made day 2 with 12 bigs. 1,800 currently locked up. If we can spin it up tomorrow in the final 109 players, the payouts do start to get juicy around the final table. All right, one tabling, hour 11. It was a good Sunday. It was a great Sunday so far. we accomplished what we wanted to. We played the full schedule. Buy-ins did reach over 7,000. We played 7,500 in buy-ins. Managed to make a serious day 2, which we're gonna need a spin. We only have 12 bigs, but we're in there. I mean, we could get dealt kings, third hand, double up, and then suddenly we got a spot tomorrow. So it's been a good Sunday. I'm definitely pretty tired. Just playing my last table, 11 hours in here, and we'll see how the session looks once we're wrapped up. 10 hours into the stream, 12 hours into the session. We're sitting here on the stone bubble. 12 people make it into the money in day 2 tomorrow. We're 11 out of 13, so kind of a sweat. All right, we got it done. So that's gonna be a min cash at a day 2 tomorrow to add on top of the million and the 11 and whatever else. And that's a wrap. So a slightly more complicated plus minus today. We did have the 74.95 in buy-ins. Cash has only got up to 5,700, but if you look at the, if we take our cash from tomorrow, the 1,800 in the 500 and the, couple $100 in the 162, I guess it'd be even more than that. It'd be closer to 300, I think, with the bounties. So with all that totaled, we did have a winning day today. It's yet to be seen how the day 2s go. I'm not going to be adding them to today's session. I'm going to be adding them to tomorrow's session. So today's session I'm going to write down as a loss, but we all know that it was actually a winning day. I'm going to see how those day 2s go tomorrow for the results. So that is a wrap on the Sunday grind. Played for 12 hours today, 43 tournaments played, 7K in buy-ins, and 2 day 2s locked up. All right, welcome back to the Cove Review, episode 3. Episode 1 was the lime flavor. I rated it a 4. I later apologized publicly and changed it to a 6 or a 7. I then went to the grape flavor on episode 2, rated it a 10. It was actually more of like a 7, 8. Flavor 3, orange. Let's give it a try. It's in this cup. It's mid. It's mid.
What?
My girlfriend
likes
this one.
That's the best one.
It's mid.
Alright, you're cut off.
Stay tuned for episode 4 where we're going to shock you with a non-citrus flavor. Make sure you tune in for that. All right, couple hours post-session debrief here. I'm just down here hitting some chip shots, messing around, trying to decompress a little bit from the long day of poker. Today was good. I mean, if I hadn't had such a bad week last week, having an even day with a couple of day 2s tomorrow is really all you'd want from a Sunday. Most Sundays anyway. So as far as the session itself in isolation, it was a good session. I think my mental game was subpar, honestly. I don't know why. I think maybe I'm just fatigued poker-wise. Honestly, were the bad beats today themselves actually that tilting, or is it because I took bad beats yesterday and the day before and the day before? You know what I mean? I think it's probably the latter. I'm just getting a bit of poker fatigue where I'm starting to remember bad beats from yesterday, and I'm starting to think like, oh, I ran bad all week, and like again, which is yeah, I mean, there's really no excuse for it. Like, my mental game was a little worse than I would have liked today, probably on stream and stuff, but I pulled through, had a good day. And tomorrow we get to battle and try to run up stacks in the day 2s where we can make some serious money. So yeah, looking forward to that. Going to run you guys through one hand, and we're gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go back to my PC. We're gonna run through one hand, see if we can learn something, double check something from the session, and then we're gonna wrap it up for the day. All right, I wanted to look at this hand I played yesterday in the mystery bounty on the Saturday session. We had Queen Jack and we flopped the nuts, and I had a couple of questions about the flop and the turn here. All right, so big blind's gonna start with a check, no leading going on. And obviously this is quite a good board. We're gonna have 70% betting. Queen Jack, not gonna be one we want to really check. It's gonna be doing some third pot betting and some 60% pot betting. So this is definitely not a hand you wanna slow play right away. The Jack 10s, the Queen 10s, the King 10s, the Queen Jacks, like all these hands that are just naturally doing well. You're not really mixing a lot of the checks from these hands. You're checking Ace King, you're checking some, you know, maybe some of the offsuit ones, the second pair, a disconnected top pair, a third pair. You're checking some of these low hands, pocket 7s, 6s. So it's a good rule of thumb to recognize that like your high equity hands, you just mainly want to be betting here and find checkbacks with other parts of your range. And the turn was the Queen of Diamonds. Now this is where my brain maybe started working too hard. So what I theorized is that, you know, on the 4-liner, we're gonna definitely want to check more hands now, considering we have a lot of hands that aren't as straight and aren't quite as strong anymore. Our opponent's gonna have lots of Jack X, so I assume we wanted to check some hands. Now I thought if we're gonna check a Jack here, checking a Jack that blocks the Queen, making it less likely our opponent has a Queen 10 that can call again, a Queen 9 that can call again, a Queen 8 that can call again, a King Queen that can call again. Maybe this is a Jack that we might want to put into a trap because it's just less likely they can call the turn with these kind of two pairs, or King Queen or Ace Queen or whatever. So let's see if that is true or not. All right, so our opponent checks and let's see how this plays out. Okay, Queen Jack does start to check 50% of the time. Looks like it's all just kind of mixed, any combo. So, I mean, that's cool to see. What about King Jack and Ace Jack? So yeah, Ace Jack is pure betting. King Jack is pure betting. Queen Jack does a little bit more trapping. Jack 10 does a bit more trapping, I would assume for the same reasons. Jack 10, Jack 9, Jack 8, not really, just because blocking the third pair is a little less important. So even so, it's only checking 50% of the time, but I think that's kind of a cool check that I found in game. Little word of caution, when it comes to these solver hands, you know, I'm quickly going through a GTO solution. These are kind of interesting to kind of learn what the theory might be if you're playing bot against bot, or two people are playing a very like solid mixed strategy. But it's important to realize that in game, there's ICM, people are playing super, super different. I'd way rather you guys take home good information from my morning quizzes. Those are just solid fundamentals. You can apply those easy. These solver kind of hands, I like looking at them, but I always take them with a grain of salt when it comes to applying them in game. That's a wrap on the strategy. Guys, thank you so much for watching another Sunday grind vlog. If you guys have been enjoying, consider subscribing. Honestly, guys, the subscribers have been crazy the last few days compared to my normal, so really appreciate you guys joining up, and more vlogs to come. Day 2 is tomorrow. See you in the next one.